Hello everyone, I hope all of you are fine at their respective places. I'm honored to put my views on the energy crisis that our country is facing currently. Globally, more than 1.3 billion people have no access to electricity, and 2.6 billion have no access to modern cooking facilities. More than 95% of these people are in sub Saharan or developing Asia, and 84% live in rural areas. Developing countries have an obligation towards their people to bring them out of poverty and reduce the income gap by providing basic services and ensuring access to electricity and clean water. But this comes at a price. As India modernizes and the population moves to urban areas, the use of traditional biomass and agro waste has shifted to other energy sources, including fossil fuels. Add to this price of climate change and rising population, and this is where most face a dilemma. Equations can provide some of the answers as global readers try to treat the variables to get to absolute zero emission. An analysis of equation can give us a better understanding of where the Indian government should focus its efforts. Electricity is the primary source of energy that can deliver the accelerated growth. Coal based electricity generation is the largest source of man made CO2 emission, and India is no exception, as 60% of its electricity demand is met by coal. In 2010, it was thought that electricity consumption would have to increase threefold by 2030 to bring 300 million people out of poverty. Therefore, electricity use is going to increase, but how we use electricity is an important issue. According to McKinsey, 40% of global CO2 emission can be reduced by focusing on energy efficient technologies. Hence, switching to BAT, that is, best available technology, can immediately allow us to make the electricity available to more people. Switching to BAT will reduce consumption growth to 1.8 times from the originally projected factor of 3. A third factor to consider is how we generate electricity. Simplifying the calculation and not counting the loss of power and the grid and PLF's power load factors, and increase of 1.8 times from the current installed capacity of 315 gigawatt would mean an addition to 252 gigawatt. According to India Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, immediate renewable energy potential of 147 gigawatt exists as of today. Hence, immediate investment in implementable renewable energy can lead to a need of only 105 gigawatt of generation using fossil fuels. This is a major milestone for the Indian government, as the objective of tripling the energy available for consumption will be achieved by just an 18% increase in fossil fuel fired electricity generation. This will lead to 82% decarbonization of new electricity consumed by Indians. To check my hypothesis, I went back to the latest Energy Technology Perspective 2015 published by IEA and looked at the 2030 scenario. If you add the decarbonization potential due to renewables, end use energy, and nuclear, the total comes to 83%, which is fairly close to what I estimated using a bottom-up approach. Capturing carbon and using it is a good idea for. This brings us to question of what to do with existing power plants. According to the International Energy Agency, the last 6% contribution will come from carbon capture and storage, or carbon capture and reuse, an option I prefer. Carbon capture and reuse is a collective term for technologies that involve capturing carbon dioxide emission from existing large CO2 emitters and using them in an industrial process. Use of captured carbon dioxide for products like urea is already known and can create a carbon negative scenario. India imports one third of the urea it requires from international markets. A 6% decarbonization from carbon capture Reuse could result in 126 million tons of CO2 reduction, equal to 17 gigawatt of coal-fired capacity decarbonization by 2030. Implementing carbon capture is the last but an important leg in decarbonization existing and future capacity on coal. This could lead to a 14% penetration by 2050, leading to about 80% overall decarbonization of the Indian economy. According to the World Bank, the public health expenditure of the Indian government is $61 per person per year. And burning coal is going to put pressure on the government budget. Delhi now ranks among the most polluted cities in the world, and a recent survey revealed that nearly half of the city's 4.4 million school children have irreversible lung damage. This is a national loss, and it is not only loss of future economic output but loss of life as well. Investing in clean energy may sound like a bitter pill to swallow, but still, it's a pill worth swallowing. Thank you, everyone.